Hello and a warm welcome to the program. I'm Teniola Shoboale. The President of the 74th session of the United Nations General Assembly, Professor Tijani Mohammed Bande, is on a 4-day official visit to his home country, Nigeria. Professor Mohammed Bande is expected to have bilateral meetings with His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari. Other engagements while in Nigeria include a courtesy call on the wife of the President, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, visit to the ECOWAS Commission, visit to UN House and meeting with Minister of Women Affairs, among others. Professor Tijani Mohammed Bande is the second Nigerian to occupy the UNGA president's position after Major General Joseph Garba in the 44th session in 1989. He arrived on Thursday, 21st of November, and is expected to depart Abuja on the 25th. To South Africa, where President Cyril Ramaphosa has hosted the chairman of the African Union Commission, Musa Fakih Mohammed, chairperson of the African Union Commission, at his residence in Pretoria. President Ramaphosa was elected at the 32nd African Union Assembly of Heads of State and Government to chair the AU in 2020, where he will succeed President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi of the Arab Republic of Egypt. During the meeting, the African Union Commission chairperson briefed the president on various aspects relating to South Africa's chairship tenure of the AU in 2020. President Ramaphosa will serve a 1-year term and assume the chair at the 33rd Ordinary Session of the African Union in February 2020.
As you know, in February, the president will take over the chairmanship of the African Union. It is but normal that I should come here with my team and to work with the president, with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, in order to prepare very well the taking over of the presidency by South Africa. During our meeting, we had an overview of all the issues that are to be dealt with, that is what you expect to deal with. And for example, the theme of next year, which is the silencing of the guns by 2020. And then we have the deepening of the institutional reform that we have already initiated. We have issues of peace and security and development. These are all the issues that will be on the program. South Africa is one of the lead countries in the continent and in the African Union. And it has been at the very basis of the adoption of Agenda 2063 of the African Union. And obviously, with President Ramaphosa, we want the implementation of this Agenda 2063 at the political level, at the peace and security areas, development, economic, social development, and also trade for the continent.
Now, the trial of 8 police officials charged with the torture and murder of Nigerian national Ibrahim Olamilekan Badmus is underway at the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria, South Africa. The 8 police officers, 2 women and 6 men, were arrested in October 2017 by police watchdog, the Independent Police Investigative Directorate, for the torture and the murder of 25-year-old Badmus, who was accused of selling drugs. The court has heard that during the fateful October 10, 2017, police pounced on the commune where the deceased used to stay following a tip-off about drugs being sold in the house. This version of events was, however, disputed by state witness Chukwuemeka Nelson Uzo, who was in the house on the day of the incident. Speaking to Channels Television in Johannesburg, the chairperson of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, Mrs. Abike Dabire-Erewa, says she's happy with the progress being made with the case and hopes justice will be done.
Hopefully, we want to get to the end of this case. We all see it live. You know, it's been the case is going on openly. Nothing is being hidden. Testimonies are being given. Witnesses are testifying. So we want to see the results. And like we said, we just want justice to be done. So whoever is guilty, it doesn't matter where you come from. Let the authority ensure that they are penalized. We're beginning to see that. So the early warning signal mechanism is working. And you know that even the last visit of Mr. President, our Minister of Police was on ground and had a meeting with their own police chief to ensure that, you know, the police will not just look the other way when these things are happening. So we're glad, well, we hope that we continue to maintain cordial relations between both countries as long as justice will be done.
Still with a focus on South Africa, embattled national carrier South African Airways has reached an agreement with the Workers' Union Musa and the South African Cabin Crew Association over wages, a move that effectively brings to an end a week-long strike. The agreement between SAA, the unions, will see workers getting a 5.9% salary increase that, according to the airline, will be paid in the February 2020 payroll, subject to availability of funding. The parties have further agreed to, amongst others, establish a task team that will identify and consider cost-saving initiatives, this including the saving of jobs in sourcing and contracts. At least 3,000 employees down tools a week ago, a move that saw the airline grounding flights, leaving about 11,000 passengers affected, and SAA losing an estimated 50 million a day. The airline employs more than 5,000 workers, is one of the biggest in Africa, with a fleet of more than 50 aircraft providing dozens of domestic, regional and European flights each day, but a debt of 9.2 billion rand after receiving bailouts of 20 billion rand over the past 3 years. SAA acting CEO Zux Ramasia says the 5.9 wage deal comes as a sacrifice by an embattled airline that is currently facing grave financial challenges.